quiet emotion stir. I was just a flicker, separate and a dry spark, lost inside the center of the ordinary dark. But you caught the second with an effortless and soft hold, changing every story that the lonely shadows told. A deliberate suspension, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Falling for the magic in your slow motion wink, giving me a beautiful and steady place to think. A visual sanctuary, a rhythmic and a soft pulse, ignoring every logic that the separate world consults. It's not a sudden plummet or a heavy iron fall, but the quiet resonance of our private steady call. I'm saturated with the energy of your private grace, finding my direction in your honest quiet face. I see the way the dust is dancing in the amber glow, watching how the natural quiet embers grow. Every blink is a treasure, a effortless design, telling me the universe is finally purely mine. They say that efficiency is a primary thing, but I love the timelessness that you like to bring. A permanent wavelength, a soft and steady view, the only way I want to see the world is with you. Falling for the magic in your slow motion wink, giving me a beautiful and steady place to think. A visual sanctuary, a rhythmic and a soft pulse, ignoring every logic that the separate world consults. I'll stay within the focus till the edges disappear, held within the radius of everything that's here.
The world is a sequence of the sudden and the fast, watching all the beauty and the mystery purely pass. I was just a flicker, a clinical and dry spark, lost inside the center of the ordinary dark. But you caught the second with an effortless and soft hold, changing every story that the lonely shadows told. It's a circular connection, a soul deep and a clear start, that that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Locked within the orbit of this infinite gaze loop, finding every answer in our private steady groove. A visual alignment, a rhythmic and a soft thrum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. It's not a repetitive cycle or a heavy urban glare, but the constant repetition of the magic that we share. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady grace, finding my identity in your honest, quiet face. I see the way your eyes reflect the amber glow, watching how the natural, quiet embers grow. Every mirror in your spirit is an effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that novelty is a primary thing, but I love the durability that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady tide, the only way I ever want to live or want to die. Locked within the orbit of this infinite gaze loop, finding every answer in our private steady groove. A visual alignment, a rhythmic and a soft drum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. I'll let the reflection deepen until the world is only you, where the most basic version is the only one that's true.
The world was a sequence of the pixels and the sharp cold light. Measuring the edges of the ordinary sight. Everything was clinical, a separate iron line inside the territory where the minutes were only mine. But you touched the screen with the effortless and soft grace. Washing out the static from my weary, quiet face. The resolution is shifting, a soul deep in a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart, softening the edges in this digital ink blur, watching how the natural, quiet emotions stir. the silver and the gold. It's not a technical error or a heavy urban glare, but the beautiful softening of the magic that we share. I'm anchored in the logic of your private, steady grace, finding my identity in your honest, quiet face. I see the way the colors are starting to belong, matching the vibration of our quiet, steady song. Every flicker is a treasure, a effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that clarity is a primary thing, but I love the transparency that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady blend, the only destination that I no longer defend. Softening the edges in this digital ink blur, watching how the natural, quiet emotions stir. A liquid immersion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. I let the focus fade until the boundaries disappear, held within the radius of everything that's here. The sunlight is a velvet, an effortless and soft weight, pressing on the shoulders of the separate, hollow fate. I used to run the minutes in a clinical and dry line, inside the territory where the hours were only mine. But the shadows are a nectar, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. We're sinking in the cotton, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold, waking with the patterns of this afternoon nap trace, finding my entire world inside your quiet face. A textile devotion, a rhythm and a soft drum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. It's not a lost momentum or a heavy urban fear, but the beautiful clarity of being with you here. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady grace, reading see the way the fabric leaves a silver tinted mark, matching the vibration of our single golden spark. Every wrinkle is a treasure, a effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that productivity is a primary thing, but I love the stillness that you like to bring, a permanent wavelength, a soft and steady tide. The only way I ever want to live or want to die, waking with the patterns of this afternoon nap trace, finding my entire world inside your quiet face, a textile devotion, a rhythmic and a soft drum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. I'll let the sheets hold us until the amber starts to fade, safe within the sanctuary that we purely made.
The world outside is changing in a clinical and dry pace, searching for a coordinate, a solid private place. I used to watch the lead with a heavy iron hand, inside a territory that I didn't understand. But I found a climate, effortless and soft heat, making every fraction of our history feel sweet. The weather never shifts, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Wandering through the beauty in this season of your eyes, underneath the ceiling of the vast and indigo skies, a visual devotion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. It's not a fleeting blossom or a heavy urban fear, but the beautiful clarity of being with you here. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady grace, finding my direction in your honest, quiet face. I see the way the light is dancing in the amber glow, watching how the natural, quiet embers grow. Every blink is a nectar, an effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that the cycle is a primary thing, but I love the consistency that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady tide. The only way I ever want to live or want to die. Wandering through the beauty in this season of your eyes, underneath the ceiling of the vast and indigo skies. A visual devotion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. I'll let the focus linger on the center of the deep, inside the only promise that I'm finally happy to keep. A sequence of the restless and the cold, searching for a surface where the separate stories are told. But here on the sofa there's an effortless and soft heat, making every fraction of our history feel sweet. I'm pulling up the wool, a clinical and dry line, turning every minute into something purely mine. It's a domestic sanctuary, a soul deep and a clear start, that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart, building up the walls of this blanket island tonight, leaving all the static and the artificial light. A textile devotion, a rhythmic and a soft thrum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. The fabric is a border, a beautiful and private seal, protecting every version of the way we purely feel. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady grace, finding my entire world inside this tiny space. I see the way the shadows are merging in the weave, leaving all the versions that I no longer believe. Every fiber is a treasure, a effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that adventure is a primary thing, but I love the belonging that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady tide, the only way I ever want to live or want to die. Building soft drum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. I'll let the world go spinning on its frantic gray wheel while we rest within the softness that we purely made real.
Frequencies were crowded with the maybe and the no, searching for a signal in the center of the snow. I used to tune the dial with a clinical and dry hand inside a territory that I didn't understand. But you tapped a resonance, a effortless and soft beat, changing every story that the lonely shadows repeat. It's a steady transmission, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Tuning every fiber to this constant love signal, finding every answer in the beautiful and the original. A melodic alignment, a rhythmic and a soft pulse, ignoring every logic that the separate world consults. It's not a flickering broadcast or a heavy urban glare, but the constant presence of the magic that we share. I'm saturated with the energy of your private grace, finding my direction in your steady, quiet faith. I see the way the waves are, a silver-tinted song, matching the vibration of where I purely belong. Every pulse is a treasure, effortless design, telling me the universe is finally purely mine. They say that novelty is a primary thing, but I love the durability that you like to bring. A permanent wavelength, a soft and steady ring, the only story that I ever want to sing. Tuning every fiber to this constant love signal, finding every answer in the beautiful and the original. A melodic alignment, a rhythmic and a soft pulse, ignoring every logic that the separate world consults. I'll let the frequency wrap us in a velvet iron wing, anchored in the center of the music that we bring.
static of a separate hollow age. I used to count the duties with a heavy iron hand inside a territory that I didn't understand. But the gravity is shifting with an effortless and soft way, turning every logic into something we can celebrate. We're floating on the carpet, a soul deep and a clear star that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Moving through the logic of this lazy Sunday drift, watching how the natural, quiet emotions lift. A temporal devotion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. It's not a sudden plummet or a heavy iron fall, but the quiet resonance of our private steady call. I'm vibrating in the energy of your private steady grace, finding my identity in your honest private face. I see the way the dust is dancing in the copper light, turning every shadow into something vivid and so right. Every second is a treasure, a effortless design, telling me that everything is finally purely mine. They say that ambition is a primary thing, but I love the serenity that you like to bring. A permanent wavelength, a soft and steady mend, the only destination that I no longer defend. Moving through the logic of this lazy Sunday drift, watching how the natural, quiet emotions lift. A temporal devotion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. I'll let the clock idle in the center of the still, following the rhythm of our private steady will.
The sun is leaning lower in a clinical and gold slant, painting every sidewalk with a beautiful soft chant. I used to walk the pavement in a clinical and dry line, watching for the signals of a world that wasn't mine. But you're leading the way with a effortless and soft grace, washing out the static from my weary, quiet face. The silhouette is stretching, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Walking in the garden, following your shadow today, leaving It's not a dark obsession or a heavy urban pride, but the steady warming of the electricity inside. I'm saturated with the energy of your private grace, finding my direction in your steady, quiet faith. I see the way the outlines are a silver-tinted song, matching the vibration of where I purely belong. Every step you take is a effortless design, telling me the universe is finally purely mine. They say that leadership is a primary thing, but I love the direction that you like to bring. A permanent wavelength, a soft and steady man, the only destination that I no longer defend. Walking in the garden, following your shadow today, leaving all the versions of the separate hollow day. A visual devotion, a rhythmic and a soft pulse, ignoring every logic that the separate world consults. I'll let our outlines merge until the edges start to fade, safe within the territory that we purely made. The world is a sequence of the random and the cold, searching for a surface where the separate paths are told. I was just a wanderer, a shadow in the rain, inside the territory of the separate and the plain. But your hand is a compass, a effortless and soft heat, making every fraction of our history feel sweet. I'm tracing all the valleys, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart, following the lines upon this warm palm map tonight, washing out the static and the artificial light. A manual devotion, a rhythmic and a soft pulse, ignoring every logic that the separate world consults. It's not a grand navigation or a heavy urban fear, but the beautiful clarity of being with you here. I'm saturated with the energy of your private grace, finding my direction in your honest, quiet face. I see the way the light is dancing on the skin, watching where the actual private days begin. Every line of fate is an effortless design, telling me the universe is finally purely mine. They say that autonomy is a primary thing, but I love the belonging that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady tide. The only way I ever wanna live or want to die. Following the lines upon this warm palm map tonight, washing out the static and the artificial light. A manual devotion, a rhythmic and a soft pulse, ignoring every logic that the separate world consoles. I'll let the fingerprints guide me through the dark and blue, anchored in the center of the honest and the true.
The day was a mountain of the restless and the loud. I was just a silhouette lost inside the crowd. But the gravity is shifting with an effortless and soft weight, turning every logic into something we can celebrate. The air is turning indigo, a clinical and dry line, fading into something that is purely and only mine. It's a gentle dissolution, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Exhaling all the static in this velvet evening side, underneath the ceiling of the vast and indigo sky. A textile immersion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. It's not a heavy weariness or a heavy urban pride, but the steady warming of the electricity inside. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady grace, finding my identity in your honest, quiet face. I see the way the curtains are a silver-tinted song, matching the vibration of where I purely belong. Every breath of shadow is an effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that activity is a primary thing, but I love the serenity that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady tide. The only way I ever want to live exhaling all the static in this velvet evening side. Underneath the ceiling of the vast and indigo sky, a textile immersion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. I'll let the darkness wrap us in a soft and steady wing, safe within the center of the quiet that we bring.
To keep my hands within a clinical and dry fold, afraid of every story that the tactile world told. The distance was a safety, a separate and a gray line, inside the territory where the minutes were only mine. But you moved a fraction, soft grace, washing out the static from my weary, quiet face. It's the sparks of electricity, a soul deep and a clear start, that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Feeling every secret in the soft knuckle brush, slowing down the rhythm of the ordinary rush. A manual vibration, a rhythmic and a soft drum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. It's not a heavy collision or a sudden iron flare, but the gentle friction and the electricity we share. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady skin, watching where the actual private days begin. I see the way the light is dancing on the bone, matching the vibration that I've never purely known. Every glancing contact is an effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that transparency is a primary thing, but I love the vulnerability that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady mend, the only destination that I no longer defend. Feeling every secret in the soft knuckle brush, slowing down the rhythm of the ordinary rush. A manual vibration, a rhythmic and a soft drum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. I'll let the warmth linger until the shadows start to blend, held within the radius of the love that we defend.
We used to have our separate islands, clinical and wide, keeping every dream and every secret deep inside. I was building up the boundaries in a solitary line, inside the territory where the minutes were only mine. But the space is narrowing with an effortless and soft way, turning every logic into something we can celebrate. It's a beautiful reduction, a soul deep in a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Sharing all our secrets on this only one pillow tonight, leaving all the static and the artificial light. A textile proximity, a rhythmic and the soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. It's not a crowded pressure or a heavy urban fear, but the beautiful clarity of being with you here. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady grace, finding my entire world inside this tiny space. I see the way our shadows are a silver tinted song, matching the vibration of where I purely belong. Every shared breath is an effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that independence is a primary thing, but I love the belonging that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady tide, the only way I ever want to live or want to die. Sharing all our secrets on this only one pillow tonight, leaving all the static and the artificial light. A textile proximity, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. I'll let the cotton hold us as our heartbeats start to sink, giving me a beautiful and steady place to think. I used to be a student of the loud and the proud, searching for a meaning in the middle of the crowd. Everything was public, a clinical and dry stage. inside the territory of a separate hollow age. But I found a resonance, a effortless and soft tone, traveling through the marrow and the fiber and the bone. It's a low vibration, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Tracing every promise with this humming on your neck, keeping every shadow and every fear in check. A vocal sanctuary, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. It's not a grand performance or a heavy social must, but the beautiful architecture of the honest and the trust. I'm redefined by the pressure of your steady, quiet grace, finding my identity in your honest, private face. I see the way the skin reflects the amber light, turning every shadow into something vivid and so right. Every vibration is a nectar, effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that visibility is a primary thing, but I love the intimacy that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady mend, the only destination that I no longer defend. Tracing every promise with this humming on your neck, keeping every shadow and every fear in check. A vocal sanctuary, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. I let the note linger until the melody is through, held within the center of the honest and the true. The city has gone silent in a clinical and dry hush, leaving all the static and the audit rush. I used to walk the hallways with a heavy iron head, inside a territory that I didn't understand. But the floor is vibrating with an effortless and soft beat, making every fraction of our history feel sweet. It's a nocturnal resonance, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart, matching every rhythm of your quiet quiet midnight step, keeping every promise that my private spirit kept. A living sanctuary, a rhythmic and a soft home, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. It's not a loud intrusion or a heavy urban fear, but the beautiful clarity of being with you here. I'm redefined by the pressure of your steady, quiet grace, finding my identity in your honest, private face. I see the way the shadows are a silver-tinted song, matching the vibration of where I purely belong. Every muffled sound is an effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that the daylight is a primary thing, but I love the intimacy that the darkness likes to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady man, the only destination that I no longer defend. Matching every of your quiet midnight step, keeping every promise that my private spirit kept. A rhythmic sanctuary, a rhythm and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. I listen to the echo until the shadows start to blend, anchored in the center of the love that we defend. The daylight was a witness that was clinical and far, measuring the distance of every separate star. I was always waiting for the ordinary night to hide away the static of the artificial light. But you introduced a shimmer, an effortless and soft glow, watching how the natural, quiet embers grow. It's a permanent suspension, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart, resting in the center of this eternal amber light, leaving all the versions of the black and the white, a visual sanctuary, a rhythmic and a soft throne, watching how the liquid pores of our spirit become. It's not a fading sunset or a heavy urban glare, but the constant presence of the magic that we share. I'm anchored in your private steady grace, finding my identity in your honest, quiet face. I see the way the room is, a silver-tinted song, matching the vibration of where I purely belong. Every flicker of bronze is an effortless design, telling me that everything is finally purely mine. They say that the moment is a fleeting human thing, but I love the durability that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady mend, the only destination that I no longer defend. Resting in the center of this eternal amber light, leaving all the versions of the black and the white, a visual sanctuary, a rhythmic and a soft drum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. I'll let the bronze dissolve into the indigo and blue, while I stay right here in the center of the truth.
The world is built for giants, clinical and high wall, where the separate versions of the spirit feel so small. I used to measure distance by the inches and the gray, inside the territory of a severed, hollow day. Hollow day. But I'm reaching for your center with an effortless and soft grace, washing out the static from my weary, quiet face. The elevation is shifting so deep in a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Finding every answer in this tiptoe hug tonight, leaving all the shadows and the artificial light. A vertical devotion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady grace, finding my direction in your honest quiet face. It's not a sudden plummet or a heavy iron fall, but the beautiful momentum of our private steady call. I see the way the dust is dancing in the amber glow, watching how the natural quiet embers grow. Every inch of gravity is an effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that stability is a primary thing, but I love the weightlessness that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady tie, the only way I ever want to live or want to die. Finding every answer in this tiptoe hug tonight, leaving all the shadows and the artificial light. A vertical devotion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. I'll let the world stay distant while I lean into your skin, safe within the circle where the actual days begin.
I was a silent reader of the subtext and the gray, matching every rhythm of the separate hollow day, keeping every chapter in a clinical and dry box, bolted with the heavy and the artificial locks. But you introduced a language, effortless and soft tone, traveling through the marrow and the fiber and the bone. It's a beautiful translation, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Learning every syllable by reading you aloud, finding our own frequency inside the urban crowd. A vocal sanctuary, a rhythmic and a soft drum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. It's not a public performance or a heavy social stage, but the secret writing on our own private page. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady grace, finding my identity in your honest, quiet face. I see the way the ink is dancing in the copper light, turning every shadow into something vivid and so right. Every punctuation is an effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that the story is a primary thing, authenticity that you like to bring, a permanent wavelength, a soft and steady ring, the only melody that I ever wanna sing, learning every syllable by reading you aloud, finding our own frequency inside the urban crowd, a vocal sanctuary, a rhythmic and a soft thrum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. I'll let the paper settle as the room begins to still, following the logic of our private steady will.
I used to speak in ciphers of the cynical and the cold, searching for a surface where the perfect stories are told. Everything was encrypted, a clinical and dry wall, inside the territory where the lonely statues fall. But your hand is a key, effortless and soft heat, making every fraction of our history feel sweet. I'm translating the pulse, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart, deciphering the secret of this hidden heartbeat code, walking on the only and the private steady road, a rhythmic revelation, a rhythmic and a soft pulse, ignoring every logic that the separate world consoles. It's not a complex theory or a heavy urban fear, but the beautiful clarity of being with you here. I'm saturated with the energy of your private grace, finding my direction in your honest, quiet face. I see the way the skin reflects the amber glow, watching how the natural, quiet embers grow. Every vibration is a nectar, a effortless design, telling me the universe is finally purely mine. They say that transparency is a primary thing, but I love the intimacy that you like to bring, a permanent wavelength, a soft and steady man, the only destination that I no longer defend, deciphering the secret of this hidden heartbeat code, walking on the only and the private steady road, a rhythmic revelation, a rhythmic
a cool and dry cup, waiting for the energy to finally wake it up. I used to keep my words within a separate iron cage, watching all the static of a separate hollow age. But you poured the amber with an effortless and soft hand, finding every secret that the others couldn't understand. It's a rising humidity, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Hiding all my whispers in this tea steam secret tonight, washing out the static and the artificial light. A thermal immersion, a rhythmic and a soft thrum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. It's not a loud confession or a heavy social stage, but the private writing on our own quiet page. I'm anchored in the logic of your steady, quiet grace, finding my identity in your honest, quiet face. I see the way the vapor is, a silver tinted song, matching the vibration of where I purely belong. Every curl of white is an effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that transparency is a primary thing, but I love the mystery that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady mend, the only destination that I no longer defend. Hiding all my whispers in this tea steam secret tonight, washing out the static and the artificial light. A thermal immersion, a rhythmic and a soft thrum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. I'll let the porcelain cool until the vision is clear, safe within the circle of the quiet that we share.
The world moves too fast, a clinical and sharp blur, watching now the natural, quiet emotions stir. I was just a flicker, separate and a dry spark, lost inside the center of the ordinary dark. But you caught the second with the effortless and soft hold, changing every story that the lonely shadows told a deliberate suspension, a soul deep in a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Falling for the magic in your slow motion wink, giving me a beautiful and steady place to think, a visual sanctuary, a rhythmic and a soft pulse, ignoring every logic that the separate world consults. It's not a sudden plummet or a heavy iron fall, but the quiet resonance of our private steady call. I'm saturated with the energy of your private grace, finding my direction in your honest, quiet face. I see the way the dust is dancing in the amber glow, watching how the natural, quiet embers grow. Every blink is a treasure, a effortless design, telling me the universe is finally purely mine. They say that efficiency is a primary thing, but I love the timelessness that you like to bring, a permanent wavelength, a soft and steady view, the only way I want to see the world is with you. Falling for the magic in your slow motion wink, giving me a beautiful and steady place to think, a visual sanctuary, a rhythmic and a soft pulse, ignoring every logic that the separate world consults. I'll stay within the focus till the edges disappear, held within the radius of everything that's here.
The world is a sequence of the sudden and the fast, watching all the beauty and the mystery purely pass. I was just a flicker, a clinical and dry spark, lost inside the center of the ordinary dark. But you caught the second with an effortless and soft hold, changing every story that the lonely shadows told. It's a circular connection, a soul deep in a clear start, that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Locked within the orbit of this infinite gaze loop, finding every answer in our private steady group, a visual alignment, a rhythmic a soft thrum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. It's not a repetitive cycle or a heavy urban glare, but the constant repetition of the magic that we share. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady grace, finding my identity in your honest, quiet face. I see the way your eyes reflect the amber glow, watching how the natural, quiet embers grow. Every mirror in your spirit is an effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that novelty is a primary thing, but I love the durability that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady tide, the only way I ever want to live or want to die. Locked within the orbit of this infinite gaze loop, finding every answer in our private steady groove. A visual alignment, a rhythmic and a soft drum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. I'll let the reflection deepen until the world is only you, where the most basic version is the only one that's true.
The world was a sequence of the pixels and the sharp cold light. Measuring the edges of the ordinary sight. Everything was clinical, a separate iron line inside the territory where the minutes were only mine. But you touched the screen with the effortless and soft grace, washing out the static from my weary, quiet face. The resolution is shifting, a soul deep in a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart, softening the edges in this digital ink blur, watching how the natural, quiet emotions stir, a liquid immersion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. It's not a technical error or a heavy urban glare, but the beautiful softening of the magic that we share. I see the way the colors are starting to belong, matching the vibration of our quiet, steady song. Every flicker is a treasure, a effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that clarity is a primary thing, but I love the transparency that you like to bring, a permanent frequency, a soft and steady blend, the only destination that I no longer defend. Softening the edges in this digital ink blur, watching how the natural quiet emotions stir, a liquid immersion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. I let the focus fade until the boundaries disappear, held within the radius of everything that's here. The sunlight is a velvet, an effortless soft weight, pressing on the shoulders of the separate hollow fate. I used to run the minutes in a clinical and dry line, inside the territory where the hours were only mine. But the shadows are a nectar, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. We're sinking in the cotton, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold, waking with the patterns of this afternoon nap trace, finding my entire world inside your quiet face, a textile devotion, a rhythmic and a soft drum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. It's not a lost momentum or a heavy urban fear, but the beautiful clarity of being with you here. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady grace, reading every story in this honest, quiet space. I see the way the fabric leaves a silver tinted mark, matching the vibration of our single golden spark. Every wrinkle is a treasure, a effortless design, telling me the future imagine how the liquid parts of our spirit become. I let the sheets hold us until the amber starts to fade, safe within the sanctuary that we purely made.
The world outside is changing in a clinical and dry pace, searching for a coordinate, a solid private place. I used to watch the lead with a heavy iron hand inside a territory that I didn't understand. But I've found a climate, a effortless and soft heat, making every fraction of our history feel sweet. The weather never shifts, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Wandering through the beauty in this season of your eyes, underneath the ceiling of the vast and indigo skies, a visual devotion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. It's not a fleeting blossom or a heavy urban fear, but the beautiful clarity of being with you here. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady grace, finding my direction in your honest, quiet face. See the way the light is dancing in the amber glow, watching how the natural, quiet embers grow. Every blink is a nectar, an effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that the cycle is a primary thing, but I love the consistency that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady tide, the only way I ever want to live or want to die. Wandering through the beauty in this season of your eyes, underneath the ceiling of the vast and indigo skies, a visual devotion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. I'll let the focus linger on the center of the deep, inside the only promise that I'm finally happy to keep. is a sequence of the restless and the cold, searching for a surface where the separate stories are told. But here on the sofa there's an effortless and soft heat, making every fraction of our history feel sweet. I'm pulling up the wool, a clinical and dry line, turning every minute into something purely mine. It's a domestic sanctuary, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart, building up the walls of this blanket island tonight, leaving all the static and the artificial light. A textile devotion, a rhythmic and a soft thrum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. The fabric is a border, a beautiful and private seal, protecting every version of the way we purely feel. I'm anchored in the logic of your private steady grace, finding my entire world inside this tiny space. I see the way the shadows are merging in the weave, leaving all the versions that I no longer believe. Every fiber is a treasure, a effortless design, telling me the future is finally purely mine. They say that adventure is a primary thing, but I love the belonging that you like to bring. A permanent frequency, a soft and steady tie, the only way I ever want to live or want to die. Building up the walls of this blanket island tonight, leaving all the static and the artificial light. A textile devotion, a rhythmic and a soft thrum, watching how the liquid parts of our spirit become. I'll let the world go spinning on its frantic gray wheel while we rest within the softness that we purely made real.
Frequencies were crowded with the maybe and the no, searching for a signal in the center of the snow. I used to tune the dial with a clinical and dry hand, inside a territory that I didn't understand. But you tapped a resonance, a effortless and soft beat, changing every story that the lonely shadows repeat. It's a steady transmission, a soul deep and a clear start that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart. Tuning every fiber to this constant love signal, finding every answer in the beautiful and the original. A melodic alignment, a rhythmic and a soft pulse, ignoring every logic that the separate world consults. It's not a flickering broadcast or a heavy urban glare, but the constant presence of the magic that we share. I'm saturated with the energy of your private grace, finding my direction in your steady, quiet faith. I see the way the waves are, a silver-tinted song, matching the vibration of where I purely belong. Every pulse is a treasure, effortless design, telling me the universe is finally purely mine. They say that novelty is a primary thing, but I love the durability that you like to bring. A permanent wavelength, a soft and steady ring, the only story that I ever want to sing. Tuning every fiber to this constant love signal, finding every answer in the beautiful and the original. A melodic alignment, a rhythmic and a soft pulse, ignoring every logic that the separate world consults. I'll let the frequency wrap us in a velvet iron wing, anchored in the center of the music that we bring.
Calendar is empty, a clinical and white page, leaving all the static of a separate hollow age. I used to count the duties with a heavy iron hand, inside a territory that I didn't understand. But the gravity is shifting with an effortless and soft way, turning every logic into something we can celebrate. We're floating on the carpet, a soul deep and a clear star that opens up the windows of my heavy, quiet heart, moving through the logic of this lazy Sunday drift, watching how the natural quiet emotions lift, a temporal devotion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. It's not a sudden plummet or a heavy iron fall, but the quiet resonance of our private steady call. I'm vibrating in the energy of your private steady grace, finding my identity in your honest private face. I see the way the dust is dancing in the copper light, turning every shadow into something vivid and so right. Every second is a treasure, a effortless design, telling me that everything is finally purely mine. They say that ambition is a primary thing, but I love the serenity that you like to bring, a permanent wavelength, a soft and steady mend, the only destination that I no longer defend, moving through the logic of this lazy Sunday drift, watching how the natural quiet emotions lift, a temporal devotion, a rhythmic and a soft hold, finding in our silence all the silver and the gold. I'll let